Namaskar friends, keep learning with Export Import Make in India campaign. And today in this session we will understand the key job roles of the manager import purchase logistic. Okay, so this job requirement for the import managers. Okay, under this when candidate need to handle the purchase and logistic activities. Okay, so the candidates must experience in the vendor management. Okay, so what is the vendor management? Vendor management is the process under this. For the manufacturing process need to be arranged and source the raw materials. Okay. So you need to develop the vendors and for the company you are the responsible for the arranging the raw materials which is necessary for the manufacturing process. Okay. So you need to be uh, manage the vendor under then procurement within the manufacturing, especially in the foam, chemical, and fabric industries. So you have a good knowledge of the foam, type of foam, characteristic of the foam, okay, and the chemicals and fabric industries. So this knowledge required for this job role, and you need to identify and maintain the reliable supplier. Okay, so you need to be maintain the multiple supplier, which is the best one need to be appoint for the next working process. Okay, so you need to be appoint the supplier who is the reliable means timely provide the raw materials at the right price. Okay, you need to negotiate the contract. Okay, so whatever pricing is given you need to check out which is the best pricing, which is the in favor of the organization. So you need to develop the vendor who is providing the raw material on the right price. Okay, you need to ensure timely procurement of the raw materials. Okay, so for the manufacturing process, you are the responsible for arranging the raw material in the timely. Okay, as per the you know that what is the buffer stock need to be maintained in the manufacturing process. You have to arrange the raw material in buffer, which will use for the manufacturing process. Okay, otherwise your production process can be anytime hold. Okay, so job description. If we talk about the job description, you need to identify and develop and the maintain reliable vendors supplier for the raw materials, TDI and MDI chemicals. Okay, you can see here this in the these are the TDI and MDI chemicals. Okay, so these are the raw material for this organization is will be used for the manufacturing process. So you need to identify the supplier for this product, okay, which can be sources from domestic and as well as globally. So you need to identify that and develop this vendor, which should be the reliable for the organization and arrange the timely raw material for the organization. So these are the polyester latex chemical fabrics which used for the manufacturing process. Here you need to negotiate the price. Okay, you need to understand that whatever contract we are uh, maintaining with the supplier, you need to negotiate the price. What is the per unit cost which is used for arranging this contract? Okay, for example, there are multiple supplier you have, but you need to check out the reliable supplier with the right pricing. So you need to negotiate the price. Okay, how you will negotiate as per that for the 1 metric ton they are providing the rate of the 500 USD. Okay, so you need to check out that is actually the good pricing. You need to check out with us multiple sources like online. You can check out the pricing, what is the actual price of this. So you have to check and negotiate this price. If that you are, it seems that like you are understanding, as per your understanding the contract need to be provided as per the requirement of the organization. Okay, and you need to save the cost for the this organization. Okay, so what is the product? You need to negotiate the price, contract credit terms. Okay, like in how many days payment need to be made. So these are need to be planned. Okay, then you need to plan and coordinate with the monitoring inbound and outbound process. Okay, so planning should be also required like that how much container you need to import in the next month. Okay, and also you need to monitor the how much container you export and how much container you import. These are the monitoring process for the inbound means import containers, outbound means the export containers. So need to monitor this process. Then logistic import domestic raw material movements. Okay, so whatever import material is source, you need to be maintain the logistic for that. Okay, how you will maintain? Just like you need to pick up the this TDI MTA chemical from the China. Okay, so for the pick up this, you need to appoint the freight forwarder who will pick this good from the China, and they will arrange at the India. Okay, so these are the process in which you need to maintain this this transport and movement of this material. Okay, then require candidate profile. So candidate from manufacturing company, foam, chemical and fabric industries required for that, and ensure timely procurement of the raw material to avoid production delay. This is the very important thing, that you need to import material and timely, otherwise your production will delay. Okay, you liaise with the transporter, freight forwarder and custom agent. So under this, you need to arrange the transporter, freight forwarder and custom house agent. What is the role for this? Role is import export manager. Okay, what is kind of industry? This is the chemical industry, department, procurement and supply. Employment type full-time permanent. Role is import export. So any graduate can be apply for the job post. So guys, we have understand the session how the import supplier need to be maintained and developed. Okay, and what is the job profile for require that. So you can understand this is the requirement for that. How you can maintain good vendors for the organizations. So thanks for watching the session. Have a nice day.